Hello and welcome to HPA Global Insights, where we'll be interviewing experts from the dietary supplement, nutritional ingredient, and overall natural health food industry. Please like, subscribe, turn on that little notification bell, and comment below. Now on with the show. Hi, and welcome to the show. Today we're joined by a very special guest, Jason Polreis, the CEO of OmegaQuant. Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Jeff. How are you? It's been a while since we've been able to meet in person, so it's always good to catch up over the Zoom as well, which everybody's doing these days.
Yeah, we were just off the air, just chatting about when that was. I think it was Expo West, and before that was GoEd.
Yeah,
In Seattle. So yeah, it's been a while, but good to see you.
you as well.
Let's so what we're going to talk about today is OmegaQuant and the tests that you guys provide for Omega-3 and some other things we'll get into. So for those of the people watching, both consumers and industry people alike that don't quite know OmegaQuant yet, just give us a quick intro about the company.
Sure. So OmegaQuant is a CLIA certified clinical laboratory that was founded by Dr. Bill Harris in 2009. And it was founded off of a lot of his research in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly in 2004 when Dr. Harris and his colleague, Dr. Van Schocke, proposed the omega-3 index should be a risk factor and a biomarker for cardiovascular disease, specifically sudden cardiac death, and kind of defined what an optimal omega-3 index level range is and where you should be. And after that, people started asking for the test to be publicly available. And so OmegaQuant was founded, kind of based off of his research. And we've been, very focused on omega-3 and fatty acids for the first 10 years of our business. And we offer testing to individuals, healthcare providers, as well as research for pharma, academic, or nutraceutical companies.
All right, very cool. So you have, I've been through it, and we previously did a video for those people who haven't seen it with Dr. Harris. You probably want to go back and check that out. There's some good stuff in there. I'll put a link. But I've done a test a couple of times, and it was, it's such great information to know. And you have a test kit with you. So just go over like what happens and, when people get this and how do they utilize the test itself?
Yeah, so our omega-3 index test kit just comes in a package by itself, kind of looks like this. Inside of the test kits are some instructions for use, a prepaid return envelope, and a package of supplies to collect your sample. So you just follow the instructions. It's a little finger stick test. You collect 1 or 2 drops of blood onto a piece of filter paper, and it's just mailed back in through the standard mail. And after you place it in the mail in about 1 to 2 weeks, you'll get your results. And we have 4 different omega-3 tests that we offer now. We have the omega-3 index for the general population, looking at cardiovascular and cognitive health. And then we also have a prenatal DHA test that looks at DHA levels for an expecting mother to optimize those during pregnancy. And then a DHA test for breast milk to make sure that breast milk is having enough DHA in it for breastfeeding. And then just recently we launched an omega-3 index for pets, specifically dogs right now, and hopefully cats in the near future.
Oh, cool. That's news to me. I didn't know that one.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Just happened. So
that's some interesting stuff. So like just talking about the pets, there's certain, everyone, I'm in the supplement industry and people ask like, oh, what supplements are good for this, that, and there's not a whole lot of supplements that we have in the industry that actually give you some benefits like that you can feel or measure like immediately or within a short period of time. Most supplements are taken, it's a long period of time, even, omega-3. So if you want to change your omega-3 level, it can take 3 to 6 months of accumulating the omega-3 into your body cells and whatnot. But the interesting thing about pets was glucosamine sulfate and chondroitin for joint health. That's so big in the pet industry now because pets there's no placebo You just
Right.
give it to them and you watch what happens. And I've seen a lot of friends giving their dogs this stuff, and before the dog couldn't walk up the stairs, and now they're going up the stairs. And omega-3 also has a lot of, inflammation and joint health,
Right.
claims to it, if for pets and stuff. So that's really interesting.
Yeah, we were able to participate in a trial for dogs where it improved arthritis outcomes.
Yeah,
That joint thing. Right.
exactly. Inflammation. That's awesome. And that's, again, like if you start giving a dog a multivitamin, he's like, is it working? Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Those things come play out, years down the road where you're like, oh, okay,
It's,
this is,
yep. It's the same for us a bit too, right? You don't always
yep,
feel those vitamins working, but if you take a test, you have that optimal objective to know that it's absorbing in your body.
yep. And then the prenatal ones, those are really interesting. Those, I think, more focused on the DHA part of omega-3 for brain development and stuff like that. And then going deeper even is the breast milk one, whereas breast milk DHA levels, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, that can change pretty quickly. I mean, like day to day based on what the mother eats, right?
Yeah, that can definitely change a lot quicker than your blood levels. Within a few days and a week, you can go from non-desirable to desirable. So yeah, it changes quite quickly in breast milk.
Okay, well, that's cool. So like if mom is low on DHA, she takes the test. She could always do like test the breast milk and see what's happening there, and then just up the level of DHA supplements she takes, or more salmon or more fish, or other plant-based omega-3s to kind of boost those levels up. That's pretty cool.
Correct. Yep. And see results quite quickly there. Yeah.
We were talking before also about, besides consumers, let's go back here a little bit. I'm stepping forward too much. Let's talk about the actual omega-3 index. So for people that don't know about that, what is that? Like, how does it work, and where's the markers, and what are you shooting for when you do this?
Sure. So the omega-3 index is defined as the amount of EPA and DHA as a percent in the red blood cell membrane. And the optimal level based off of research is 8 to 12% is where you want to be. Originally it started out as a cardiovascular marker. But since then, there's been a lot of research that has also validated that range for cognitive health, cognitive function, decline. And it's kind of the same range that you want to shoot for. There's been also a lot of research done in the eye health space with the omega-3 index. And again, it kind of correlates to that same range of 8 to 12%. And so you want to be higher rather than lower. And yeah, so that's really where you want to be with the omega-3 index.
And so the index itself, if you look at it, it's going to be up on the screen here, but it would start at like 0.
Yeah, so typically, an average American is about 4 to 5%. And we say below 4% is where you're really at high risk. So Japan would have levels on average of 8 to 12% omega-3 index levels. And, on average, Japanese live longer and have less cardiovascular disease than Americans. Well, omega-3s might not be the whole story, probably part of the story over there.
Yeah, and so we again covered a tiny bit with Dr. Harris, but this all came out of, I believe, the Inuits up like in Greenland, and they're just eating like huge, percentage of their diet was fat, which was, mostly seafood and, a lot of omega-3s in their blood.
Yeah, that's really where it all began,
That's amazing. So all the stuff we talked about so far, you guys, I know you do partnerships and you do B2B business, and personalized nutrition is already using stuff like this, and it's definitely gonna be huge. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do with those type of relationships.
Yeah, so we work with a lot of industry partners that are getting into the personalized nutrition space, that want to have an objective test measure, and so we work with our test kits in various fashions where We can co-brand test kits. We can be a laboratory partner for anybody who wants to add this types of testing into their existing platforms. And so we're really flexible when it comes to working B2B, and have a variety of ways that we can work with partners who want to add testing of some sort for personalization into their offerings.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we talked earlier, anyone that's listening that's going to like MBJ, you'll be there.
Yep.
Anyways, any questions, you just chat you up at MBJ. And when's that? July?
Yeah, I think it starts end of July. Yeah, last week in July. So
okay.
we'll have a booth there. So if you're going there, stop on by.
Very cool. All right, now let's last part. Again, you can't get away from COVID, and we talked a little bit about that with Dr. Harris. But out of that, there's been all kinds of, zinc and vitamin C and vitamin D have all been hit on for nutrients that are essential. And you have a new test for vitamin D, right?
Yes. So about 6 months ago, we launched a vitamin D test that uses our same dry blood spot technology. So you can do it at home with a finger stick and just a few drops of blood to get your vitamin D measurement. And it's the same test you would get as if you went to a full blood draw at your doctor's office.
Without all the blood.
Without all the blood.
And the expense. So OmegaQuant, so if people are interested in getting this done, so I've had it done twice, and I waited, I think it was like 6 months or something in between. So what is it? You need to wait at least 3 months, or?
Yeah, at least 3 to 6 months between testing if you're changing your diet, supplementation routine, or any other physical aspect. If you're at that desirable level, maybe testing every 6 to 12 months is good, just to make sure you're staying there. If you're doing vitamin D and you live in a place where there's seasons, you don't get as much sunlight, you probably want to test twice a year just during both seasons to make sure you're staying there, and you might need to supplement in one season and not in the other.
Mm-hmm. And the whole theory, going back to the index, is that in the blood cell wall itself, the higher levels of omega-3s make the cell wall more flexible and permeable, so in basically more healthy than if the cell wall was more rigid. And
yeah, that's definitely one theory.
Okay, yep. Very cool. So OmegaQuant.com, we'll put a thing at the end. If people are interested, they can go to the website and check out the test kits. They can pay online, have the test kits shipped right to their house, do it, put it in the postage, and have it back in a couple of weeks and find out where they're at. So I got to do mine. I haven't done it in a while.
All right.
I did, first time I did it, I was around 5. I can't remember, it's 5 something. And then I went up to 6 because I increased my intake of omega-3 supplements. And since then I've been doing pretty good. So hopefully I'm getting closer or close to that omega-3 or index 8 percentage point. And the last point, just because I'm talking about my personal self here, there's some relation. Everyone deals with omega-3s differently, I would guess, in your liver or genetically, maybe how people deal with these things. So
correct. No one person responds to the same dose the same.
Yeah, so it may be that if you want to hit that 8, you've got to take quite a bit more than maybe someone else that's hitting 8, and it takes a relatively lower amount. And
right.
Is that the result of the liver dealing with?
It's a result of many different things.
Oh, okay.
Genetics, your background diet, age, gender. Most of it is intake. But we found that on average it takes about 12 to 1400 milligrams of EPA and DHA for a person to go from 4% to 8%.
Oh, wow.
But some people might only need 500 milligrams and somebody might need 2500 milligrams. That's just kind of an average, and the variability between person to person is quite large.
Yeah, and this would be the actual amount of the omega-3 itself, not like if you look on the if you look on a fish oil or krill or whatever, it'll say on the front like the pill is 1200 milligrams, but that's not all omega-3 in there.
Correct. Yep. Most of the time, it's 30 to 50%. They're now more concentrated formulas that are getting up to 70 to 80% of the capsule size.
Sure.
So yeah, it's getting easier to get the amount needed in 1 or 2 capsules.
All right. So yeah, we got to keep that in mind if you're wanting to hit that 1,000 or 1,400 mark. Just make sure you add up the actual omega-3s in the back of the label, not the total amount of the capsule.
Right. Yep.
All right, Jason. Well, that's very cool information. Hope to see you soon. Hope travel gets up and going again. And there's Supply Side West coming up and Expo East in Philadelphia before the end of the year. So we'll hopefully get out and see you there.
Hopefully we'll get to see you, Jeff, soon. So nice talking to you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and insights and the service you provide. And we'll talk again soon.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Bye.
Take care. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to HPA Global Insights. Please like, subscribe, and share with your colleagues. Any questions or suggestions, email us at info@uschinahpa.org. This channel is operated by US China Health Products Association, which is a nonprofit organization. Please consider joining the association and supporting its global endeavors. Your support is very much appreciated. Until next time, take care.